okay? For instance, you'll see a guy headlining at the Spear. They probably be getting a couple of $1 million. But you'll see a guy on the undercard of a big show probably making more money than that guy.
Floyd, I saw a thing this morning, him talking about keeping his money clean, stuffing hundreds of thousands of dollars in a plastic bag. These guys don't need money. A lot of times when you get these great champions fighting well past their prime, it's to make cash.
Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too.
Floyd Mayweather is exposed by Terence Crawford for requesting a fight solely for financial gain. Crawford made it apparent that he has no desire to fight Mayweather and would never even consider doing so. He thinks the purpose of these bouts is to generate excitement in order to attract large payouts, not to demonstrate superiority. Crawford claims that Mayweather pursues exhibition bouts after retirement because he is more interested in money than competition. Although Mayweather had his moment, he claims that this is his time and that he will not allow demands for money to derail him from his boxing accomplishments.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, bro. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting.
Yeah.
I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd. Nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll be this. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like platinum.
Yeah, I ain't never been that type of person ever.
Floyd Mayweather's recent boxing outings, according to critics, are more motivated by financial gain than by his athletic legacy. Mayweather, who was once praised for his exceptional defensive skills and unrivaled record, has turned to exhibition fights that bring in big money but have little sporting merit. Analysts point out how he continuously shows off his wealth, implying that he doesn't really need these battles to make money, but he still pursues them. This has caused many to believe that since retiring, he has only focused on lucrative endeavors rather than real competitive challenges, which has left some fans dissatisfied with how his career has developed.
Floyd, I saw a thing this morning, him talking about keeping his money clean, stuffing hundreds of thousands of dollars in a plastic bag. These guys don't need money. A lot of times when you get these great champions fighting well past their prime, it's to make cash. You see it a lot. These two don't seem to need the money. So I don't understand the need to do this. When talked about it, Mike Tyson said, I still can't believe Floyd wants to really do this. It's going to be detrimental to his health, but he wants to do it. So it's signed and it's happening. Hey, when Mike fought Jake Paul, a lot was made of him being 58 years old. He's in tremendous shape. I mean, I saw him, and even in there, right? He couldn't get going at the rate that he expected, but early, he was fighting like Mike Tyson. Fighting like Mike Tyson. Floyd Mayweather's much younger, but he's so much smaller. So I get why Mike is like, yo, I don't know what this dude wants to do. Because there was a world where no one would ever thought that those guys would end up in the ring together. And again, they don't need money. I imagine though, it's going to be a boatload of them.
Timothy Bradley, a former world champion, has expressed his opinions about the fictitious fight between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. He claimed that Mayweather had a history of having trouble versus southpaws and that Crawford's adaptable approach would pose a serious threat to Floyd. Bradley maintains that Crawford has the skills Mayweather lacks, including switch-hitting ability, quick timing, and ring adaptability. He says that Crawford's energetic style would overcome Floyd's defense, dismissing his reputation as untouchable. Bradley even goes so far as to claim that Mayweather isn't very good against boxers like Crawford, which exacerbates arguments between supporters of the two sides.
Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaw. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he's gonna reach against one of the best back foot counter punches in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that back hand, the way he reaches with that. That level change back hand he throws too? Man, that bull jab he does too, that ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work. Floyd got a 72-inch reach. Yeah, he had quickness, fast reflexes. However, Crawford got all of that too. He got all of that too. And he got a 75-inch reach. Great counter puncher. Can concentrate all night. You put pressure on Floyd. Right, Floyd? Yep. I noticed. Floyd starts to, Floyd's not got to step. Floyd just started to step on the gas. That's what he does. And he gonna run into problems with Crawford. Because Crawford hits harder than him. Crawford hits harder than him. Crawford is the most complete fighter that I've ever witnessed in real life.
Many analysts, on the other hand, think it is unjust to draw comparisons between Crawford and Mayweather. They contend that a lengthy list of accomplished boxers is included on Floyd's resume. This perspective holds that although Crawford has not encountered as much competition in his career, the comparisons are unbalanced since Crawford's accomplishments, while outstanding, do not yet equal Mayweather's historical significance. These voices emphasize how certain Mayweather's greatness is. Crawford, on the other hand, is still developing his argument and shouldn't be put on the same pedestal too soon.
Everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game up there. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites. Bud getting hit by non-elites. And somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch him.
The adult boxing pundit Showbiz presented a daring viewpoint, asserting that Terence Crawford should be ranked higher than Mayweather for one important reason. He emphasized Crawford's triumph versus Canelo Alvarez, emphasizing that even though Floyd was a legendary fighter, he would never have engaged in such a risky battle as Crawford did. In his prime, Crawford faced a formidable opponent and increased his weight, as noted by Showbiz. This risk component enhances Crawford's legacy beyond Mayweather's meticulously planned career, even if Floyd was much more calculating in his opponent's selection and timing of fights. However, it also calls into question the notion that Floyd is invincible in boxing history.
Why is Terence Bud Crawford greater than Floyd Mayweather? Or better than Floyd Mayweather? Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence Bud Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit. Never being at middleweight, first fight at middleweight, being against Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Terence Bud Crawford never been on middleweight shit. The most he's been is super welterweight, and he was only there once. And he's fighting at 168 against one of the greatest super middleweights of all time, one of the greatest middleweights of all time, pound for pound, one of the greatest fighters of all time, reigning undisputed champion at super middleweight. That is unheard of, and that's something that Floyd Mayweather wouldn't even attempt to do.
It's interesting to note that Terence Crawford has become annoyed by the frequent comparisons to Floyd Mayweather. He has stated unequivocally that he does not want to face Floyd, pointing out that Mayweather lived in a different age. Crawford maintains that fans should celebrate the accomplishments he is making now rather than focusing on the past because this era is his. He maintains that legacies shouldn't overlap even though he recognizes Floyd's greatness. He believes that the infatuation with pitting him against Mayweather is unjust. Given that Crawford is still establishing his dominance and Floyd has retired and beyond his peak.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. There ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
We ain't going up that much.
Now,
when asked who of Mayweather and Crawford would prevail, fighter Danny Garcia, who has battled well-known opponents himself, responded tactfully. Garcia said that rather than picking a side, the fight will probably finish in a tie. He clarified that in the ring, Crawford's attacking versatility and Floyd's defensive prowess may neutralize one another. Garcia's viewpoint reflects the respect both boxers enjoy because many people think their skills are so similar that there wouldn't be a definite winner in even a fictitious encounter. His remarks intensified the already contentious discussion between supporters of the two champions.
Crawford has the tools to beat him. He has the long arms. He switches lefty and righty, but Floyd was pinpoint accuracy, tremendous defense. I just think whoever... At 147, that's tough. I don't know. A draw.
Okay, what about Oscar De La Hoya and Crawford at 54?
Oh man, Oscar was a hell of a fighter, man. I think they could beat each other. To be honest, I think Oscar could beat him. Oscar's a hell of a fighter. He got great jab, good footwork. Oscar was a tremendous fighter. I feel like people really overlook his resume. He's an Olympic gold medalist. That's the hardest thing probably to get. It's harder than the world title.
Shane Mosley, a former world champion, thinks Floyd Mayweather's girth would be his undoing in a fight with Terence Crawford. Despite his technical prowess, Mosley contends that Floyd is just too little to match Crawford's strength, reach, and adaptability. He contends that Crawford's ability to change stances and exert physical control throughout the ring might nullify Mayweather's defensive strategy. This is the main distinction, according to Mosley. Floyd performed well against boxers who were smaller than him, but the difference would be too huge against Crawford, who is inherently larger and stronger. His remarks emphasize how important size is in fantasy matches, not simply skill.
Even though I've got serious personal differences with Terence Crawford, and I have ethical issues with Terence Crawford in the way that he negotiated certain things and certain things went down. However, at this point in his career, and I really believe since he's at 135 pounds, there's no question the greatness and how terrific a fighter he is. So after he beats Canelo Alvarez and becomes the undisputed champion in his third weight division, people start asking the question of whether or not he's better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. And I think that is a fair question. And the reason that I say that is because they're the same size. They're the same size. They fought by and large in the same weight classes, and dominated right after one another. Really, there was the period of Andre Ward in between them. I would love to throw Andre Ward in the conversation, but I don't think that the comparison is as clean and easy to make between Terence Crawford and Andre Ward as it is between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Just again because of the similarity in the weight classes that they fought in. So when Shane Mosley chimed in and talked about the two, my ears perked up. Perked up because if you recall, Shane Mosley was the one that gave Floyd Mayweather Jr. his most dangerous fight, without a doubt. His most dangerous fight, the one where Shane Mosley landed on Floyd Mayweather 2 times and rocked him in the first round. Shane was an older fighter. Floyd bared down and won the fight.
By addressing Crawford and Mayweather analogies, Showbiz the Grown-Up added additional nuance. He pointed out that conversations over Crawford's legacy being on par with, or perhaps better than Floyd's, had been triggered by his victory over Canelo. But be careful not to oversimplify the argument by claiming that legacies are complicated and cannot be evaluated based only on one battle. Despite Crawford's historic victory, Floyd's career consists of decades of domination in a variety of weight divisions. Showbiz claims that a more thorough examination of their consistency, level of opposition, and long-term impact on the sport is necessary in order to compare them. His fair assessment respects Floyd's established reputation while acknowledging Crawford's greatness.
Not add a heavyweight to my Mount Rushmore. My Mount Rushmore is best boxers. Greatest is different. Greatest is impact. Now you're talking Floyd Mayweather, you're talking Muhammad Ali, you're talking, all those guys, Sugar Ray Robinson, everybody. But this is best. And sadly, when it comes to the heavyweight division, just by nature, the little guys are the better guys, okay? Not only are they better skill-wise, they have more opportunity to do greater things. because they're small, they can go in weight classes, they can kind of test themselves more. The heavyweight division is at the top of the mountain, all right? So they're the badasses of the badasses. You kind of go up to them, but they can't push themselves up much more, except for within their weight class if they fight a very big guy or whatnot, like Usyk did with Tyson Fury.
Stephen Breadman Edwards, a trainer, offered a novel viewpoint. In order to allow Crawford to appreciate his recent triumph, he asked fans and the media to refrain from making parallels. Breadman underlined that Crawford's victory over Canelo was a once-in-a-lifetime occasion that deserved to be honored without bringing up Mayweather. Additionally, he denounced the immaturity he has observed in debates where participants attempt to set up combatants against one another needlessly. Floyd is retired, in his opinion, and shouldn't even be mentioned. Rather, the emphasis ought to be on acknowledging Crawford's achievements and giving him credit without overshadowing them with pointless arguments.
Floyd. You know, man, I don't really want to compare him right now, Hans, that we seeing everything that's going on with Floyd and Roy. You know what I mean? And, you know, they competitive guys. Next thing you know, Bud and Floyd will be mad at each other, man, and wanting to fight because people is like putting them against each other. Let's just enjoy the moment. I don't know. It's a close fight. You know, it's things Floyd do better. It's things that Bud do better. But I'd rather not say, I'm not going to just lie and just say nothing, like, and make up something just to, I got my opinion on, you know, how the fights will go, and, you know, but I think we should just let the man enjoy his great moment. He's a great fighter. And I see a lot of immature stuff, and I don't like the way things is going with Floyd and Roy. They two guys that a lot of the younger guys look up to, and they taking shots at each other in the media because of the who's better and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I just want to see Bud enjoy his moment. And, you know, unfortunately, they didn't fight. You know, they could have made, they kind of two different eras though. Even though they was fighting at the same time, Floyd kind of was doing his different thing over there with PBC, and Bud's a lot younger, about 10 years younger than him. So it didn't happen, and we gotta just live with it. You know what I mean?
To view more recent boxing updates, like, subscribe, and click the bell icon.